Now, hello for everyone. Now we're gonna talk about tough questions and indirect questions. We begin with tough questions. For to talk about tough questions, we have to see some rules. There are the rules. There are three. The first rule is tough questions ever use auxiliary verbs. Second, we use negative tough questions, affirmative sentence, and the third, we use affirmative tell questions with negative sentence. Now, there are three rules are used in these examples, but because there are some kinds or situations that when we use the tell questions. The first situation is affirmative sentence with the verb to be in present simple or continuous. We have to see three examples. The first, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? In Spanish, es un día hermoso, ¿no? Ahora, en inglés, Marta is angry, isn't she? In Spanish, Marta está enojada, ¿verdad? You are really tired, aren't you? Estás muy cansado, ¿no? This is the first situation. Now we're gonna see the second situation. The second situations are negative sentence with the verb to be in present simple or continuous. We're gonna see this time two examples. I'm not late, am I? No llego tarde, ¿no? It isn't a beautiful day, is it? No es un día hermoso, ¿verdad? The third situation is negative sentence with the verb to be in past simple or continuous. We're gonna see two examples. It was a beautiful day, wasn't it? Fue un día hermoso, ¿verdad? Marta was angry, wasn't she? Marta estaba enojada, ¿no? The fourth and last situation is affirmative sentence with the verb to be in past simple or continuous. Now we're gonna see three examples. You went to Costa Rica in 1990. Didn't you? Fuiste a Costa Rica en 1990, ¿no? Elena has traveled a lot, hasn't she? Elena ha viajado mucho, ¿no? Anne will be here soon, won't she? Ana estará pronto aquí, ¿verdad? Now we're gonna see about the last rules and talk about imperative suggestions and invitations. These have another rule, but we're gonna see two examples. Let's go out for a walk. Okay, here. Let's go out for a walk, shall we? Salgamos a dar una vuelta. ¿Qué te parece? Let's study tomorrow morning, shall we? Estudiemos mañana por la mañana, ¿sí? And the last situation that we see talk about invitations, or when we're talking with somebody and we want to ask for something. That's the difference when we're talking about imperatives or invitations with the talk questions. Now we're gonna talk about the indirect questions. Everybody know about direct questions like what time is it, or where is Maria? No, but there another kind to talk about the questions. Instead indirect questions. But what are indirect questions? Indirect questions are a little more difference from direct questions. A little more formal and polite. We use them when we're talking to a person we don't know very well, or in professional situations, and their form is a little different. There to talk about indirect questions, we have some phrases. That are the phrases. The phrase, could you tell me, do you know, I was wondering, do you have any idea, I like to know, would it be possible, is there any chance? These phrases we use these phrases to talk about either questions there. But now we have some examples. Look here. The first word in the question is where. Okay, sorry. Direct and indirect questions, English examples. Where is Market Street? If we pay attention to the questions, the word where is first in the questions, but in the indirect questions we move where in the middle of the questions, but first we use the phrase. In this time, in this case, the phrase is could you tell me? Could you tell me where Market Street is? That's the difference between direct and indirect questions. Now, there's another rule about direct and indirect questions. This is just know direct questions and if in indirect questions. This is the rule. If the direct question is yes or no questions, that is talking about uh, words such as what, who, when, where, why, or how, then the indirect question will have if. Now we're gonna see an example. Direct questions. Does Tom like Italian food? Now the indirect question is, do you know if Tom likes Italian food? The difference here is the use of the word if. Um, this use is to uh, look the difference between the direct and the indirect questions. Uh, when we're talking with somebody that we really don't know at all, or we don't have a lot of confidence, or we are in a professional situations. So that's all for today. Thanks are all for everyone, and see you the next video. Thanks.